Hi, if you are managing a real estate agency dealing with commercial and residential projects, then you need to have this transaction tracker and a real estate CRM for your business. Hi, my name is Rachit and I'm the founder and CEO of Stackby. Now let's see how you can build your own custom real estate CRM and a transaction tracker for your agency or your real estate business. So Stackby is basically a spreadsheet style database. It looks like a spreadsheet, works like a database, and it's completely customizable according to your needs. So you can start with a layout like this and then actually build it into something more powerful and flexible for your needs. So to build this real estate transaction tracker, we have created essentially 5 different tables that we want to manage. The first table is essentially a properties table. Like all your properties will be managed in this particular table. And here within Stackby, you can add all these different types of column properties, like short text, long text, number, checkboxes, drop-down options, multiple options, files and attachments, ratings, emails. Then you can also link between 2 tables. Let's say you want to link a particular property to a particular contact, then you can easily link them between those 2 tables. And you can do a lookup from one table to another or roll up information from one table to another. Now let's see, you've added all your properties here. You just basically add your new property. You can see the property attachments right from your cells. You can add the address and link it to a particular state. Let's say this is from New Jersey. What is the start date and who's the current owner of the property. The current owner goes here. And is the contract status active? What is the selling price? Let's say this is this much. And for how many days it's been on market. So this is nothing but a formula where it's a date difference between the today and the start date. Now let's say if the start date is 16th, it will automatically calculate the days on the market. And what is the selling price, the starting price on this? Any discount that we are offering, what is the discount price, how many total beds, the total baths, whether we have heating and a cooling AC, what is the built year? This is, let's say 2002. The last remodeled year is 2014. And any of the current listing agreements or competitor sheets that you have, you can basically view those PDFs or CSVs or Excel files right into the platform as well. So this is how you can basically start adding your properties in a table like this. Now, once you start adding, the properties, you want to link it, to particular contacts. Now, there are different sorts of contacts when you're managing an agency, right? There are current owners, there are potential clients, there are brokers, there are, the servicemen and the security, contacts that you want to deal with. So you basically add all your contacts here. Let's say, a new contact goes here. And let's say this is a current owner, you add their phone numbers and for what associated property that contact is for. So basically all the property listings will show up here right like this, and this becomes you can basically link them, and it automatically then pull in the street and the city, and you can also bring your transactions to a particular contact. Now, if this contact becomes your lead prospect, then you can essentially attach a transaction to this particular contact. Now, in the properties table, what you can also do is if you want to filter something, you can easily filter information where I just want to, let's say, filter based on the total beds, where the total beds contain 4. So it just filters accordingly. And I can even group information, based on, statuses. Let's say by contract status. So I can group all my, property listings, in different, contract statuses as well. I can also create a gallery view where I can basically list and create a catalog of all my properties. So with the image and all the information that I want to see in a gallery format. There are different views that you can create in Stackby, like calendar. You can create custom forms, gallery, or a list view. Now I can also create a Kanban style view where I can just customize these cards based on what the stage and status is. So I can just move around and move it right inside the platform. Now I can create custom views of each of those properties, where I just want to only see the documents associated with those properties. So I've created a separate documents view for that properties where I've hidden all the other columns and only those 2 columns are visible. Same way, with the finance, I only want to see the selling price, the days on the market, the discount and the discount price of that particular property. And in this third view, I just want to see only the features, of the particular property. I can also see it in a list view like this, where it's a more cleaner view where I can, manage my information, and properties in a list format like this. And I can just customize the cards, based on the columns that I want to show. I can even prefix, a particular field, and, I can basically see it like this and change this according to, what the status is of that particular property. Now, once you have the properties and the contacts, being added, you can also basically create a custom form and create, add contacts based on this form, right? So I can just drag and drop all the information that I want to bring, what is the category, the phone number, the name, which associated property they are interested in, and, what is the city and, the state, where they are from. So I can create a custom form like this and just open this form and start adding information via this form layout. I can even add an inquiry form onto my website, where I can create a form like this and automatically any of the responses would move into a table. Now the third table is essentially nothing but an interactions table. So if you're interacting with a particular contact, let's say I'm interacting with a particular contact, which is Christopher, and I've just given him a call on 26th. And for what transaction was that call for? So I can choose to add a transaction, or I can just add only the remarks of that particular call. So I can add like a remarks column where I can add into a long text and spoke to him about his interest in the lakeside villa. So I can essentially add all my contacts, on a particular interaction and, add it as a remark. Now, transaction is where, the real deal happens, right? Now, you can essentially add a new transaction. Who are the contacts associated with it? Who are the buyers? Who are the brokers? What is the agreement cost, the selling price, and the broker cost of these transactions? And what is the total cost? The sanction loan, all the agreement docs, the loan docs, the selling price, the commission rates, the end-to-end commission, and for which interaction, how many interactions did it take for this transaction to happen, and all the different documents, right? The appraisals, the inspection briefs, and the clue report docs, along with the inspection checklist. You can essentially add all your transactions here and link it to a particular contact. So you can link it to a particular contact and a particular, interaction tab. So this is how, let's say, there is a new transaction and I want to link it to a particular owner. Let's say now it's Zach, the buyer is, the broker is Eileen, the agreement cost is say 1,000, the selling price is say 2 million, and the sanction loan is say 50,000. I can add all the docs. The selling price is say, let's say 1.5 million. The commission rate is 0.2. It automatically calculates, the commission rate and how many interactions did it take for that particular transaction to complete. So you can add all your transactions here on a particular, property, as well as, the contacts as well. Now, I've created another view called agreements view, where I've just hidden some of the columns that I don't want to see, and I only want to see the agreements and the docs that are associated with it. So basically, let me just hide these columns, and I can basically make it into, a very, succinct view that I need for my transactions. I've also created a states view where I want to look at the state-wise property and how many properties are linked, with that particular state. It automatically gives me the total listings and who are the stakeholders associated, for those properties, for that particular state. So I can basically create, separate tables like this if I want to create a pivot of, those states. Now, if I want to quickly find a property, I can easily, find and, search, within the database and, navigate between the different views for all the properties, contacts and transactions that happens, in this real estate CRM. Now, what I can also do is I can create my own custom, dashboards where I can add, the total, properties that are live, and I can see it in a pivot table, or I can create a custom listing sheet, using our page designer app, or, by creating a chart, that I can visualize in my dashboard. So this is how, the dashboard would look, and it will automatically update in real time with, as the database, as the data would change, in your database. Now, if you want to create your own custom listing sheet, you can just create a listing sheet like this, where I can, change the information. Let's say I want to change, and I can see this listing sheet for all the records that are there, and it will automatically create. So you can just, print it and save it as a PDF and basically share it across, with anyone. Now, let's say if I also want to look at the days on market, so I can just drag and drop the fields that I want to basically bring in, or whether it has a cooling AC and so on. So it automatically populates for all the other records. So you can create your own custom real estate listing sheets, using the page designer. You can also create one-pager agreements, one-pager proposals, or any custom one-pagers, that you're looking at, for your properties. So now, once this is done, you can essentially start managing your entire real estate business in a format like this. And it's much easier to use, within your team. Let's say you have got multiple people, working on multiple properties. You can create, separate views, for them as well, and give them access to those views. So rather than looking at, all your entire property database, they can only see the certain properties that, they want to work on or they want to access with. So you can create granular permissions, in your real estate CRM and share it with your team. You can also set up automations. So let's say when a form is submitted, or when a new row is created in the properties table, let's say in the properties table, I can just choose a particular row, and I want to basically, or let's say when a new row enters a view or matches a particular condition here, let's say, when a new row is matching a condition in the properties table, and the condition is where contract status is cancelled, I can choose a particular row, and I can basically, I want to send an email, to my team members, stating that this particular contract is now cancelled and this property is off the market. So I can just basically send them an email. I can say new property cancelled, right? Hello team, this property is off the market. Please don't work on it. So I can basically, create an email like this, and add the property details, right, as well. This is the name of the property. And then, I can just, send this as an email, as an automation. So I can just generate a preview. Let's say if I want to choose a particular row, we don't have an email column. So let's say I just add a column like this. So you can see, an automatic email would be sent like this, right? So, you can set up those automations, just toggle it on, change the automation name, send email on cancellation. And, I can just toggle this on to basically start that automation on our platform. So you can create multiple such automations that you think, would be, beneficial to automate your, certain day-to-day tasks and activities. So yeah, so as a CRM, you need basically the database, the different views, reporting, automation, forms, as well as like a single place where it's all connected together, right? So with your properties, contacts, interactions, and transactions, everything being connected together, you can easily manage and customize it into a real estate CRM or a transaction management tool for your business. So whether you are in commercial, industrial, or a residential real estate, or even as a lease management company, you can essentially customize this template according to your needs and start building from there. So thanks a lot. Let us know what you think. I've added the template link in the description, so feel free to go ahead and sign up and start using this template. And if you have any questions regarding any specific use case within your real estate business, feel free to reach out to us on our support chat or on support@stackby.com, and our team will be happy to help. Thanks a lot. Bye.